Good evening. Hiya.
Hey, how are you?
Yeah, good, thank you. How are you?
I'm doing good. How's the day so far?
Yeah, very good, thank you. Very good. Long one.
Wonderful.
This is Callum. He's bass guitar.
Hey, Callum, how are you?
Working out his audio. Can't hear you yet, brother.
How about now?
That's better. There we go.
Yeah, okay. Hello, I'm good, thank you. How are you? Are you good?
I'm doing good, Callum. Thank you.
So, hey.
Hello.
Hey, Aaron.
Hi.
Hello there. Hello. How are we doing? All right?
Doing good, doing good. How are you?
Very well. Very well. And yourself?
Awesome. Thank you,
Good
Aaron.
stuff. Good stuff.
We should have hopefully one more joining soon. So Aaron's on the drums and Stevie is on the way. He's guitar.
Sounds good.
Shortly.
Yeah, he's on his way. Nothing. Oh. Right, that's good. So it's Boris got us in touch with yourself, wasn't it? Was it Boris?
Yes, that's right.
Good. Yeah. Like Boris, he's good.
Top bloke.
Yeah.
Oh.
All this stuff.
Mm-hmm.
There it is.
Won't be a minute.
Yeah, I think he's just installing. Updated version.
So organized,
It's always the way.
Yeah.
Organized.
Always one. Throws an update randomly.
Yeah, musicians, man, who'd work with him, eh?
He's joining us.
Yeah, good.
Good.
Keep it like that.
Bonsoir.
Hello.
Hola.
Hey, Stevie.
Hello. Hold on 2 seconds, man. Oh, can you hear me all right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
Good.
Yeah.
Ah, sick.
perfect. And Stevie's guitar.
Wonderful, wonderful. So good to see you, everybody together today.
Yeah, man.
Wonderful.
Thank you.
So guys, you put up your single Bedlam recently, an amazing animation video and a great song put together. So can you tell
Thank you.
me the making of the video and the songwriting and the production behind this particular single?
Sure, yeah. So the songwriting, I believe, started with a pretty awesome guitar riff by Stevie, and developed quite a lot from there. We sort of went down a darker path in terms of the theme on this one. We sort of based the lyrics around what would be probably Britain's most famous asylum, which is called Bethlehem Asylum, and eventually earned itself the nickname Bethlehem Asylum. So we ran off that concept. Obviously, following that, we moved that through to the visual concept as well. So the 3D animated video kind of loosely based around that sort of Victorian asylum, but a lot more dystopian, a bit more crazy, a bit more strange. We wanted to sort of investigate, I guess, what it would look like to the patient, but not in like a safe way. We wanted to sort of push it a bit and see how weird we could get with it.
Sounds amazing. So you guys have an album or to get back to the studio to make more songs in the coming days?
Yeah, well, actually, we finished the next track. We've got a full EP, which we'll be releasing at the end of November, actually. So 26th of November, that'll be out online, all stores wide, all digital stores wide. We'll also have a limited edition run of 200 copies that we'll sell physically. And yeah, they'll be available a day early to people coming to our launch show on the 25th. But yeah, the new track's ready and it'll be called Sold.
Wonderful. And was there any particular concept that was put behind this EP?
There's a few actually. So again, we quite like our dystopian concept. I think that's something we bounce quite well with. So Sold itself, the track is sort of following from the same world of Bedlam almost, but it's a darker side of the sort of super rich elite. The music video that will be coming out will be more clear on that, but it's about the super rich basically owning the working class, buying their souls and bidding on it, not really for any reason other than for fun and entertainment. But yeah, there's a few other concepts in there as well, but I think that's the main one.
Gotcha. Thank you. And is there any touring plans for you guys in the coming days?
Yeah. So we've got our headline show, which is a hometown show on the 25th of November. That's a Thursday at the Anvil in Bournemouth. Following that, we're going to do a Christmas show at a venue we played just a few days ago in Yeovil, which is going to be great fun. I think that's the Christmas Chaos event, I believe it's called.
The
Weekender, right?
They've got like 3 days of like rock music playing there, so it's going to be sweet. I think we're on the third day.
We're Sunday evening main support.
Yeah.
So we're going to smash out maybe 1 or 2 covers for that show as well, because we haven't played any covers in a while.
Sounds great. And
then, oh, sorry, yeah, go.
Yeah, go ahead, Simon.
In the new year, we're looking at booking up some tours. We want to, ideally next year, I'm hoping for summer, we can get on a decent support tour of a band sort of similar to ourselves in style. That's something we're discussing with management at the moment. So hopefully we can get on a few festivals as well and make a tour out of that, I think.
Sounds great, Simon. And can you guys tell me how it really started and how you guys all got together?
Sure, yeah. This is a very multi-layered question. This story. Yeah. So originally the band was kind of a college project for myself and a few other people. And it sort of was literally to get us through college and through university. We were all doing music, but we sort of parted ways and but we'd started some really cool concepts, but not really taken it seriously or anything yet. But I moved back down to my hometown, and Stevie was happened to be down in town as well.
I literally moved back down there for uni as well. Just it happened to be at the right time.
Yeah. So to preface that, me and Stevie have known each other since about 2 weeks old, and we lived apart for about like a decade, and he just happened to be in town
basically all through like school. we lived apart. Like we still kept in touch and like talked every now and again, but it wasn't like basically the second I moved back, it's been like this ever since.
Yeah. So we managed to hook up and get writing some songs in my parents' garage at the time, and had some cool ideas coming. And eventually we were like, oh well, we'll get a band going properly. I think let's make this an actual thing. And we pulled in some members changed over time, and then eventually we met Callum and we met Aaron also. But Callum, I think, if I'm not mistaken, we met you absolutely smashed at a New Year's Eve party.
Yeah, it was New Year's Eve at the local watering hole. I think. But because I was friends with your original rhythm guitarist. Not original, but the rhythm guitarist.
One of the previous rhythm guitarists.
Yeah, and then that was when the old bassist was leaving.
Yeah,
and I was like, yeah, I play bass, man. Like, never played bass in a band before ever.
He came in and absolutely smashed it. So
yeah, I guess.
And then I guess like a year or so, maybe later, just before the pandemic hit, we were online looking for a drummer who could sort of fill the part and take it seriously. And we came across Aaron, and because we're a very serious band at the time, we decided the best way to interview him would be over a game of pool at the local bar. And we got on really, really well. And Aaron came in and learned all the parts real quick. Yeah. And but that was all just before COVID hit, and getting to know Aaron was really difficult actually, because we kind of just did it all online.
It was Zoom.
Yeah. We had like one rehearsal online, and then they were like, okay, no one's allowed outside anymore. Oh no. That's pretty much how it came about.
Sounds awesome, guys. And talking about the songwriting, so it's going to be based around the darkness and stuff like that. You're going to make diverse songwriting in the future?
Yeah, diversity in our sound is quite important to us, I think. Yeah,
honestly, we have like a bunch of different ways of songwriting. Like it's not set in one, like we don't really have we're doing this EP, so we have to write this way and we have to write about that. It's more of we'd come up with some good bass structures for songs or some cool like specific riffs or lyrics or something specific that we want to build off of. And because we've got this really strong theme going that we want to run with, we just find a way to work that and work both of those ideas together. That seems to be the general play at the moment. It just sort of all comes from there, really.
Yeah, definitely. There's always like a root of a song in it, and we sort of build a house around it almost. And something I think me and Stevie have certainly discussed before, and the guys I think would agree. We're quite when we write songs, a lot of imagery comes to mind. So we'll already start having ideas for music videos as we write the songs. Which is,
honestly, sometimes we get music video ideas before we finish writing the song. It helps with writing the rest of the song.
Absolutely, yeah. We got a good few examples of those coming hopefully over the next 2 years. Actually, yeah.
Maybe when we finish the songs, maybe.
Yeah.
Sounds great. And musically speaking, you guys have a blend of heavy metal infused with classic rock. So in the future, is the genre's going to be sticked around these things, or you're going to be making more different ways of making music?
I think we'll always experiment, always. Definitely kind of more within the rock side of things, I think. The heavier side, we're definitely more comfortable there.
And it makes sense like those loose brackets, but we're definitely probably quite prone to being experimental with some sounds and some different tracks here and there. But definitely loosely staying within the rock genre,
I think it sounds quite kind of maybe like a bit of a cliche to say, but we don't want to just straight up put a box around ourselves, because if we write a really good song and we're just like, if it has the right energy and it still sounds like us, we'll put it out there. We don't want to just profile ourselves as, we're metalcore or we're classic rock. We want to make sure that we can and I think when it comes to that songwriting process as well, we do also think of the live show a lot. So a lot of our songs will be written specifically to fit somewhere in a live set. Like we'll need a slower song in the middle. We might want to write to sort of connect with the crowd in a different way to the heavier songs. So a lot of the songwriting also comes from there, I think, in terms of genre.
There's a lot of it as well is, that sounds cool, let's just try that. Sort of say, we're going to dump it in that box,
Yeah, everything's got to be tried out.
Well, you can always come back to it. It might work for a different.
I mean, even if we don't use parts, like we always end up using them in some way if we like the part enough. Like we'll have it as like a filler track, or we'll use it as part of an intro for a track, or because we have so many of those. We have like so many intros written out that we're like, we never really plan on making them into full songs, but we'll use them just because they're cool stage intros for random stuff. So,
or like jigsaw pieces, aren't they? They all just don't fit together sometimes, and sometimes they do.
Yeah, exactly that.
Wonderful. And since Bedlam is more of a storytelling and a fantasy kind of story behind it, do you guys have any plans to make an album into a musical or a movie kind of stuff in the future?
Oh, that'd be awesome. That would be absolutely amazing. Further down the line, I think we're a little way away from that yet.
It's something we've definitely touched on.
We've talked about it a lot because we had those 3 songs in mind. You want to see the big story, get them all kind of connected, but we do try and connect our like videos together somehow. So it always seems like it's a bigger part of a bigger story. Like normally if it's like something at the end, like after the little credits kind of thing, which hopefully comes across like that and not just like some just weird imagery at the end.
At the end.
Yeah,
just at the end it's just like, what the hell is it?
Well, that's kind of part of the fun, I think, as well, because I think the next music video that we release will tie together a few of the others that have come before. There are certainly some consistent characters that we've designed now. So the 3D character in Bedlam is also featured in Dead Silence somewhat, and also will be featured in Sold, but as a live action character, as if it's sort of come out of that 3D universe into the real world. And that we certainly have some really, I think, awesome plans for the next set of songs that we'll be doing, which will have some music videos tying into these previous ones we've put together, so that we can really start putting together a bit of a shared universe almost.
Sounds amazing. Sounds amazing, guys. And how has the reach of the band in UK and around the world?
So we're not too big yet, but our local reach is getting really good. I think one of the things I found most interesting is, and we haven't particularly marketed globally as of yet, but we seem to get like very small pockets of fans in different parts of the world.
It's like, how has this happened?
Yeah, so different parts of Europe will just get a message through on the group chat, say, "Oh, really like your music, want to have a chat sometime," this kind of thing. We've got guys in India and in Mexico as well.
Yeah, we'll suddenly get like
completely different parts of the world.
We're putting together a top 25 list. You're on it. In India somewhere.
Spain,
just like, okay.
It's absolutely awesome. Yeah, I love that element of it, to be honest, because it's always kind of a pleasant surprise. Because, like I say, we've not targeted it in any way. It just happened quite grassroots, which is nice.
Sounds great. Sounds great. And would you guys like to share some of the great moments that you had since the start of the band?
Yeah, sure. I'll tell you what, guys. Do you want to go around one each?
Yeah. Specific moments.
Am I going to have to go first?
Yeah, you're going first now.
Damn it. Okay. I think the first gig we did at the old fire station after all the lockdowns, everything, even though it was still like a seated, socially distanced gig, it was still good because it'd been like almost 2 years.
Yeah, it was crazy.
I think almost 2 years since we hadn't even been to any live shows and we haven't played, or we've only done a few rehearsals and that. But like getting out to that gig, I think it was pretty good, and it was a great venue as well. It was a good one, good first
awesome
gig back.
Stage, wasn't it? Yeah,
it was really good.
Yeah. Go for it, Stevie.
Me, specific moments. I mean, honestly, I could just jump on the trend and do specific gigs and everything. Like we usually play gigs around mine and Sai's birthday because we have birthdays like 2 weeks apart. So we usually do a gig somewhere in the middle and do it as like a big party thing, which is always interesting. When we've done that in the past, kind of pick
the after party that gets you.
Yeah, exactly. But I'd probably say some of those, to be fair. I think that's one of my most fun memories band-wise. Like just playing some of those days and just have it, like as soon as everyone finds out it's the singer's birthday or the guitarist's birthday, it's just constant buying drinks for the rest of the evening. It's
kind of an easy get out of jail free card at the bar.
Yeah, I know, it's great.
Go for it, Aaron.
Obviously, I'd say it's a bit tough for me because obviously a lot of being in the band has been centered around lockdown. So I suppose the best one for me was obviously getting to know the guys and everything over Zoom and obviously Discord and stuff like that. And then, but obviously in the background, I was sort of obviously trying to learn the songs on my own. And I was coming to the guys and saying, "Oh, how would you play this part?" But over this sort of situation, So I think it was for me. It was when we finally could get back together and start practicing again. And look, like you said, we were obviously building up towards that gig and everything. It was just nice to finally have some real momentum again.
Yeah,
so I think that was good for me. And then obviously I would have said the big gig as well, but
yeah.
Stole it.
I was going to say the gig, but Callum beat us there.
You should let me go first.
No, I'm still backing that. That coming on that stage that day was extremely liberating. It was euphoric. But I think another awesome moment we've had this year, actually. So the music video that's coming out on the 26th of November this year for Sold, we, for the first time, properly got like a team together. We had our own cameraman. We had a director on board who also made the Bedlam video, by the way. She's absolutely incredible. Check that out if you haven't yet. But yeah, the Sold video, we had all our own team. We had lights that we now own. We've got our own camera rig and everything because we'd sort of planned a lot of things over lockdown and started like putting a bit of cash aside, especially in my house. Getting some of our own equipment together so we could start producing our own videos. And the process was really cool. We made a screenplay, like a 12-page screenplay, like every detail of every shot was in there, and then organizing everyone. We had about, I think, 20 to 30 extras on shoot on a day. And there was one scene, which is, I don't know if you've ever seen the Kingsman movies, But there's these scenes, yeah, you know, where they go crazy, and it's like it moves from fast motion to slow motion while they're fighting. And we did a scene like that toward the middle end of this music video. And I think for me, that was absolutely awesome because we hadn't particularly coordinated every individual. There was a few people who were doing things that they knew roughly what they were up to. But
we saw that, just let them do it.
Yeah. And it was actually mental. Like a banana hit the director in the eye, and like one guy got hit by a chair, and it was absolute havoc. But it was like everyone was there in spirit and enjoying it. And yeah, we took one photo at the end of that shoot, and I think that moment for me is how I remember coming out of lockdowns, and I think that was magic, to be honest.
Sounds great. And thanks so much for sharing the moments with me, guys. And
very welcome. Yeah.
All right.
In the future, if you would like to go on a tour with one particular band, what would that be?
Oh. Right, there's some obvious answers here, boys. You get them out of the way.
Yeah, we can do collectively ones. There's the Avenged Sevenfold, obviously.
Avenged Sevenfold, definitely.
Obviously,
Muse, definitely.
Muse up there.
That would be awesome. Gojira. We had a bit of a Gojira obsession.
Wait for someone to take that one.
Yeah.
I suppose anybody really.
I'm not fuzzy. I'm
not plays the music.
Someone like Rammstein would be good. Can you just get to see Rammstein like every day?
Yeah, every day.
You got to Rammstein.
And you get to use maybe parts of their pyro rig.
Yeah, that'd be so good.
Or anything that ups our budget, honestly.
Yeah. Except Rammstein's insurance must be massive.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that'd be an awesome show, though, wouldn't it?
Yeah, can you imagine?
Oh,
awesome, guys. And what would be the dreams for you guys?
Oh, Wembley downloads, world tour. Yeah,
and the list goes on.
Yeah, the domination, global domination.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think some big headline tours would be cool to be able to just play an arena. I don't care if we're headlining, I don't care if we're supporting, but it's the crowd. The connection with the crowd, I think, is probably our biggest selling point in this band. I think the thing we do best. And we had a show the other day that was a lot smaller. There was only about 20 people in the room. Lots of people have been let down coming along, I think. We're not too sure. But we were sort of coming from out of town to come and support these guys who are locals. And we'd never met any of them. We'd never met anyone in the room. They'd never seen us live or anything. But there was still this incredible connection with the audience. And they were well into it. We were well into it. And I think to be able to do that on a massive scale in an arena, that's the dream for me,
definitely. Wonderful. And guys, finally, what would be the message that you want to give to the fans and to the people who are new to Regional One?
Yeah, there's a few messages, really. I mean, the obvious message is come and check us out, right? Because we want to meet you, and we hope you want to meet us.
Not only that if you are like a genuine fan of the show, let us know where you are, and we'll come. We'll come to you. We'll play a gig. Just let us know where. Just give us a shout.
Yeah, we want to connect with as many of you as possible and just have a real good time. And honestly, that I think one of the things we definitely said, especially in the earlier stages with the band, is there are a lot of bands who are just touring and like sort of turning up in a t-shirt and shorts and playing a few songs. We won't do that. We'll come looking like a band, acting like a band, and we'll try and put on a bit of a performance for you. And
every time.
Sometimes it's theatrical, sometimes it's just heavy, hard rock thumping, but we'll always try and put on a show. And
go big or go home.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. And even if it's like 5 people in the room, or if it's 500 in the room, it doesn't matter. We'll do that.
Same show.
Yeah.
Awesome, guys. And guys, I would like to thank you, each and every one of you, for this opportunity to have this interview with me today. And it's a real pleasure. And thanks for the amazing music that you guys have been giving us for the musical fraternity. And thanks again.
Pleasure, dude. Pleasure.
That's awesome.
Well, thank you very much for having us. It's been a pleasure talking with you.
Thank you. And you have a great evening out there, guys. Take care of yourself.
Thank you.
You too. Thank you.
Do let us know when you go to post anything out, and we'll share everything out.
I'll drop an email to you.
Thank you very much. Yeah, cheers.
Thank you.
Take care. Have a lovely evening.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.